Hello, everybody. Hello, listeners. We are back again for another Fitter Body Ladies podcast. And today I have joining me Karl Olson, who is a coach. And we're going to have an in-depth conversation about how he got into coaching and talk about some strategies that he can recommend for you ladies out there who might be struggling with a bit of resilience, and just some effective strategies you can put into place on a day-to-day basis. Because I know sometimes life can get a bit hard and sometimes we get a bit overwhelmed. But what I would ask first is, if you are enjoying listening to our podcast, please like, share, and we can get more listeners, and we can grow our audience and grow and get more people onto the show to share their experiences and help you ladies who are listening, and you men, of course. So Karl, welcome to the Fitter Body Ladies podcast. Hello. So obviously, coach. It's quite a broad term.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Life coach. We'll put life coach.
Life coach. All right.
That makes
okay.
it a bit easier.
Life coach. Yeah, because I'm a coach, but I'm a fitness coach.
Absolutely,
That's it.
absolutely.
I'm also a life coach when the ladies need a bit
We'll go a
of
bit deeper. Positivity and mindset coach.
Perfect.
How's that?
Yes, that is even better.
How's that?
Absolutely brilliant. So, let's start. Where and how? What's your background then?
Okay.
Let's go back to say.
So the reason for me to become a coach was I've struggled with my mental health from a very young age. I'm a multiple suicide survivor. I tried to take my life several times. You might remember the bus station in town.
Okay.
I jumped off that. So I've been through quite a lot. I've chopped my wrist to pieces, taken it over, you name it, I've been there. And I've been in the darkest of places. And I've had to learn to walk again through what I've been through.
Yeah.
So it's been one hell of a journey, but I've taken that pain.
Okay. My question then is, how do you get that deep like that? That's a huge.
Yeah, no, I get that, and for some people that might be like, wow, how how do you get to that point?
Yeah.
It's a stack case of negative thinking habits just stacking one on top of another. I'm not worthy. That can lead to God knows what.
Okay.
That can lead you, for me, it would be a case of, I've run out of milk. What kind of person runs out of milk? You don't deserve to be here. And it'd be that quick.
Whoa.
It would be that fast.
And from that smaller trigger.
Absolutely. But that's how the negative thinking habits kick in, and they can grow and grow. Think of a snowflake falling on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
It rolls down, it gathers speed, it becomes into a snowball. That snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger before it turns into an avalanche.
Okay.
That's how your negative thinking habits can go.
So were your triggers that quick? So it
could be, yeah. Or it could be the trigger could have happened months ago.
Yeah.
And it just built up and built up and built up, and then there would be one final thing.
Yeah, okay. Were you working at this point? Were you holding down a job?
Absolutely, yeah. That's the other side of it. You know, there's a thing called functional depression that's very common now. People are working, but they're not in the best place.
Okay.
They're depressed, but they have to keep going. They have to get up to put their kids to school. They have to get up to go to work. They have to get up.
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing, but there's a lot of people struggling with functional depression.
Okay.
And that was me. You know, there have been times where I haven't worked, where I couldn't get out of the bed, where I couldn't get out the front door. So I've been in all scenarios.
Okay. So multi-suicides.
Yeah, absolutely.
From what age to what age?
17 to 47.
Cool. Okay. So 30 years.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah,
what
long time.
changed?
I found coaching. There was a few things that happened. A marriage breakdown. 7 o'clock in the morning, I was just drinking, and it was just a constant. And I had an invite to go to Crystal Healing and a meditation night, just out the blue.
Okay.
I knew about it, but I didn't know that much about it, and it just came out the blue after my marriage split and everything else that was going on. And I thought, I'm going to go. And that and a few other things that started happening was my personal development start of my journey.
Okay. And that was when you were how old?
That was 5 years ago.
Okay.
5 years ago. So since then, I've gone on to train as a coach, become an accredited life coach, to learn NLP, to learn emotional intelligence. But from that as well, I've started using the gym.
Okay.
I've started cold water swimming.
Oh, where'd you swim? Vulcan?
Delapre Abbey.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do it there. Okay.
I meant to.
Go to the Falcon. You've been to the Falcon. I swam at the Falcon. The Falcon.
Yeah.
Castle Ashby. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely gorgeous.
It's a beautiful
Absolutely
place.
gorgeous.
I did 2 Wim Hof sessions.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Who with? Boris?
No, Daniel Beckett.
Yeah, he's Boris Healing. Boris Healing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Daniel, that changed a lot for me.
Okay.
Cold water immersion changed a big shift for me, because what I found was, whatever you're worried about, stressed about, anxious about, depressed about,
Get in the water.
You get in the water and your brain hasn't got time. It's got to protect you.
Yeah.
It has to protect you. So everything that you're holding onto goes.
Yeah.
So I get out of the water with a clean slate. And it's not for everybody.
No.
It isn't.
Have you got one in your garden yet?
No, I don't do it because I like to go to the lake.
Okay, yeah, great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning. It's just a beautiful time.
Nice.
I walk down to the lake, and the birds are singing, the sunrise hitting the water, and it's just perfect. And as I say, it's my weekly mental reset. I've been doing it for 4 years now.
Have you?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love it. Absolutely.
We were all just on a chat today saying people, like the girls from the gym, we did some swimming last year at the Falcon, and now they're all like, now the weather's well.
Yeah, see, my season starts in September, and it starts finishing now because it's tropical.
Yeah, it's getting warm now. It's getting warm. It's like 14 degrees.
Yeah, that's the way I describe it. It's still nice, but I class it as tropical.
I found that it's good for the soul.
Absolutely.
Like, I only reason got into it because I did a wolf run, and there was a bit where you had to jump in the water, and I was like,
bucket of ice. Yeah.
Well, no, you had to jump off a bridge into the water, and I was a bit like, I don't really like swimming in outdoor water because I don't like fish.
Yeah.
I did it was only about 150, maybe 200 meters, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely
like connected.
Absolutely.
It's really weird.
It's an amazing feeling.
And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to do some more of this. And then I started to swim at Castle Ashby and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good.
Good for you. It's a great. I think it's a great way to disconnect.
Oh, and you feel connected with the earth.
Yeah,
it's a really weird feeling. It is really.
Do you do it through the winter?
Do you know what? I did it up to about October. Then I can't remember why I stopped. And I wanted to do more cold stuff, but I hadn't been well, and then stuff was going on, and excuses.
Yeah,
and then one weekend goes into another, and it's like,
I know.
You've got to have the time, and actually, you've got to drive out there.
Yeah.
Excuses, really is excuses. But again, I do want to actually try and do a bit more cold swimming rather than tropical, like you said.
I'll give you a shout in January. From September to December, it's cold. But then when January comes along, it's a completely different swim.
Well, it was. I think we swam at under 10 degrees, and by that point, it's starting to get that kind of almost like all looks like jelly as you swim through it.
Absolutely.
So, but no, it's amazing.
I love it.
I do.
It's such a lift, and it's so empowering.
Yeah.
Because you get out and you feel you've got this ready back glow on you.
Yes.
And it's an amazing feeling.
Oh, you were definitely cold to the core. You are definitely cold to the core.
But you're smiling.
Yeah, totally.
It's strange.
I did a really ice cold bath, like an ice bath. Just got in and I tried to do a cold shower every day. Good. To try and just refresh myself, and everybody says it's so good for you, so I just do that sort of stuff. But yeah, ice cold was really like.
I found the cold showers is harder to do than going for a swim, because
you're not moving, are you?
You're just static.
There's no energy,
and it takes more
willpower. Like
more strength.
You've got to stand there.
It does
really
take
cold.
more, even getting in an ice. It just sitting in your bath of cold water.
Okay, so you started to do all those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
So I just everything just started happening for me. The doors started opening, and it was like, wow, this journey's going down a different road. It's not involving drink. It's not involving drugs. I'm being open to these doors, and and that was it. It was just a very different time of my life, which I've not looked back on, because then I found coaching.
Okay.
And that changed my direction completely, because I wish what I found in coaching I'd have been given when I was struggling. If I'd have been gone to a doctor and they said, well, we're going to sign you up for 6 weeks of coaching, my life would have gone in a different direction completely, because coaching's forward paced.
Okay.
You're forward thinking all the time. you do deal with your stories from the past, but the difference with counselling, therapy, you're stuck in your story. You're constantly regurgitating your story of what's happened.
You're not looking for a plan.
Absolutely. And that's the difference. People need to focus forward.
Yeah. Yeah, you can always... The past is the past.
Absolutely. And
you can't change that past.
Stuck in their story.
Yeah, okay.
And that was me. I was stuck in my story. I was a manic depressive. I was a suicide survivor. And that was all I was carrying. All you were. That's all I was. But I'm so much more. And everybody is so much more. But we get stuck in our stories.
Okay.
So I found the coaching, and that was it. Life got in the way. COVID came along. But then I took the plunge. I trained as a coach, trained in NLP, trained in emotional intelligence. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment, is just build my coaching business up. And that's where I'm at the moment. So I'm thankful for...
And where did you do your coaching? Where did you do your coaching?
It's with a company called the Coaching Masters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And... how did you find that? So, if you look back in your own story, at what point should somebody have? Do you think would have been the best point to intervene with coaching from the beginning, or?
Yeah, I think it's changing the patterns of thought. There are certain ways to do that with counselling and therapy, whatever it is. But I think when people are going to the doctors now, they're put into a system that's broken.
Oh, completely broken.
It's broken down. There's prescriptions, antidepressants, the support system is not there.
Yeah.
What people need, and people are struggling like hell now. Even worse after COVID. People are unsure, they're scared. And as I say, there's people walking around with functional depression, just carrying on, not knowing there's a better way.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I was guilty of antidepressants. And I'm not knocking antidepressants. They work for some people. But if you're taking antidepressants and you're still depressed, they're not working.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
If you're having the same results when you're taking antidepressants, there's not working.
You need to find a talking path.
Absolutely.
Or an activity path.
Absolutely.
That supports that, because it helps to build resilience.
Of course it does. I mean, that was the other part of my journey. I found the gym. Because of the damage I've done to my body through the past, I'm kind of limited in what I can do.
Yeah.
But I joined the gym, and within the first warm-up of a raw session, high intensity session, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I couldn't do it completely.
No.
But I was doing 2 laps of a bear crawl, and I was blowing up my ass, and it was just so good. But I felt so good.
Okay.
Releasing that stress, that anxiety through physical activity is so powerful.
So powerful. They say, don't they?
Absolutely.
Exercise is the least used antidepressant in the world.
Yeah.
Even, it doesn't need to be as intense as that.
No,
Even just getting out for a walk.
Absolutely.
For a walk.
Absolutely.
Every day, just 30 minutes, get up, go out,
Put
go
your boots
walking.
on, get out.
So what would you say are kind of... So if you think about the ladies that we work with, they're obviously trying to lose weight.
Yep.
And we've all done it, men included. I'm not just talking about that. You start a new program, you're like, this is great, I'm doing really well, I'm a couple of weeks in, everything's going great, lose a couple of pounds, something happens, knocks you off your perch.
Okay.
What strategies, or what do you as a coach, I know what I would say, but it's good to have a completely different... What would be, and if mum gets ill, I'm a 45-year-old woman, my mum has a fall, breaks her leg, or more serious injury, or has a stroke or whatever, knocks you off your perch. How do you... Because obviously a lot of people turn to food, turn to drink, turn to those old habits that they're trying to... That's right.
The patterns.
How, or what would you consider some effective strategies that ladies could implement to try and build resilience, basically? Resilience, because that's what it is. How do you go? You might have a wobble, but you need to be able to get back rather than it spiralling out of control.
I think the first one is why. Why are you doing it? Connect back with your why. Why is it important to you to lose weight, to get healthier? What is it going to give
confidence,
you? What is it going to give you? And once you connect back to that, because there's a reason why you signed up, there's a reason why you attended the class. And once you connect back to that, despite what's happened, That will drive you forward.
Yeah.
It's connecting back with that why that's...
The why's got to be strong enough.
Absolutely.
The why has got to be strong enough.
Absolutely. Whether it is...
Why do you think people's whys aren't?
Because they're not connecting to the real why. You've got to dig deeper. You've got to go deeper.
Yeah, we always say it's not good enough to say, I want to lose a bit of weight.
No. Why? Why do you want to lose a bit of weight?
Why do you want
What's it going to give you?
Yeah.
What will it give you?
Yeah.
What is the outcome that will give you? If you lose weight, what is the outcome that will provide you with?
Yeah.
I can walk farther. I can...
Play with my kids.
Yeah.
I feel a bit more confident.
Why is that important to play with your kids?
Yeah, that's right.
Again, keep going down.
To the whys, yeah. My husband, when my husband we started the business together, he always said, you need to ask yourself at least 5 whys.
Absolutely.
At least 5.
Absolutely.
On the same point.
Yeah, just keep going down.
Why?
Yeah.
No. Why do you want to lose weight? I want to lose weight because I want to play with my grandchildren. Why do you want to play with? Because I don't want to be the old grandma. But why is that not important? Because when my grandma was old,
absolutely,
it's actually getting and actually because my grandma was old and not as fit, she died early. And actually, I don't want to die early and miss my kids. So if you can be right back
into that
that's
level,
right.
I don't want to die early.
Yeah, that's right.
What more of a key motivator?
That's right.
So once you start digging down, you get down to that raw base value.
Yeah.
I don't want to die early.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. That's the biggest
that should
driver.
Be the biggest,
But at the top, I want to lose weight.
Right, that's right.
And that's what people are connecting with.
That's right.
But you've got to connect with your why and go deep on it.
Yeah, you have that. I agree totally. That's exactly it. Okay, so that's the first one.
Yeah.
So, ladies, if you're listening and you've thought to yourself, the reason I've joined Fit Body Ladies, or I've joined a gym, or I'm doing a marathon or whatever, you're doing it for a reason. But what you need to do in order on those days when it's cold, it's wet, it's miserable, you want to eat cake, you want to drink wine, you've got to understand the real root why.
Absolutely.
So sit down today, think about it, write those whys down all the way to that. The bit that gets you. Yeah. It's got to be the bit that gets you in the heart.
Yeah, definitely. Another one to look at is look at and identify your limiting beliefs.
Yeah, okay.
What
stopped you in the past?
I can't do this. I'm not good enough. This will never happen. Look at all the words and sentences and how you're talking to yourself. How do you talk to yourself in a negative way?
Yeah.
Is that a pattern that you normally do? You get so far.
Yeah.
I lose 2 pounds and I can't do any more.
Yeah.
I can do 1 press up.
Yeah.
I can't do 10 press ups. But you've got to flip that. I can do one press up. I can do that 10 times.
Yes.
And I've done 10 press ups.
That's right. That's brilliant. That's really good.
A great reframe. Do you know what I mean?
Again, what we always say as well, flip it round as if you're talking to your friend.
Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
If you flip it around and you say you wouldn't go to your mate, oh, you can't do that. You go, you can do 4 of them. You can do 6 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can.
Yeah.
So talk to yourself in that positive light. You can make positive decisions. You can choose a better lunch.
Definitely.
You can eat a chocolate bar, but you're not going to eat 10 chocolate bars.
Absolutely. Make that decision.
Yeah.
You can still have your treats.
Of course you can.
You still have your treats, and don't deny yourself.
No.
You're a human being.
That's right.
And we all need to have control.
That's right.
Bring control into your life.
Consciousness.
Yep.
Make it conscious decisions rather than unconscious decisions.
Yeah. Not getting stuck into your old patterns and old coping mechanisms. Oh, it's a crap day. I'm going to have a packet of biscuits.
I'm going to have a crap week.
No. It's a crap day. It's not a crap day. You've had a crap 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's
You've
right.
had a crap hour maybe at the most. It's not a crap day.
No, it's not. It's turning that negative into a positive.
Yeah. So again, going back to the limiting beliefs, identifying them and just flipping them over with a reframe. As I used the push-up example, or if you're lifting, you want to lift the 10 kilogram kettlebell. I can't do that. Take a 5 and do it twice.
That's right.
You've done it 10 times. You've done 10 kilograms.
Yeah.
Do that for a few weeks. Then build up.
Yeah.
And again, I want to do 10 press ups. I want to do 5 pull ups. Do 1 5 times. Do 1 5 times for a week and build that up. And your confidence will grow every time.
But again, that's down to consistency.
It is, yeah. That's a massive thing. It's no good showing up once every 2 months and expect to be running a marathon next month.
Yeah. Or to be losing weight.
Yeah.
You can't show up and go, I'm going to eat really well today, but for the next 6 days, I'm going to eat like I've never eaten food before. It's just, it's one day at a time.
Yeah.
And one bad day should not lead on to another bad
absolutely.
day.
It's not a bad day, it's a bad
hour.
It's a bad 10 minutes.
Right.
It's, it's
a bad lunch. Oh, well, I'll have a better dinner.
Yeah, of course. And I'll go out for a walk to compensate for that. And
all of that.
It's about switching that mindset. And, that's what you wanted to talk about, mindset.
Yeah.
The other thing, connect with your community. You've got a great community
there.
Fabulous
community.
Fitter Bodies. People around you are going through the same things. People around you are having the same struggles. Talk and share it.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised that other people are feeling exactly the same way.
Completely. We are literally a group of women in age from, say, the youngest is probably like 30 and the eldest is, I don't know how old our eldest member now is, in Northampton, 60, 65-ish?
Yeah.
Ish, maybe 60, slightly older. If you aren't going through it at that point, there's a good chance they've been through it.
Of course.
So
share
the experience.
It's such a great way.
And again, if you see someone, I always say, we've got some really inspirational women in the group but they all had a day one.
Yeah.
So if you want to know how to get there,
like that,
ask them what their day one felt like
and
what sort of things they did. And I would tell you most of those that are now on day 5,000 or whatever it is, it's about turning up. It's about being consistent.
Consistent is a great word. And that's how you're going to get change. Change doesn't happen overnight.
No.
And it's small changes.
The problem we've got in authentic, which is another thing we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
It's because they tell you on the internet, you can do it in a day.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you can make £1 million in, like all these people on the TikTok. Oh, yeah, I did it. Just selling this, selling that.
Yeah.
You've got to put the effort and the work in behind the scenes. Yeah, all these people flashing up. Oh, look what I've earned today. Look what I've done. Or look how much weight I've. It doesn't just happen like that.
No.
And I know an actual story about a gym, quite a famous gym, who used someone I knew. They used their imagery. So they used their imagery.
Did they know?
Yeah, they did know,
okay.
And they did agree to it. But they said that the change had happened in a shorter time than it had.
Really?
That's
it might be. Oh, God.
I know that for a fact because the person involved told me it didn't happen in the time that they said. It took about 7 years, and they were claiming it was like a much shorter period. I don't believe in that. That doesn't help anybody.
And everybody's journey is different.
Totally different.
What somebody could do in 3 months, somebody could do in a month.
Yeah, that's right.
What somebody can do in a year, somebody could do in 6 months.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Everybody's journey is different, and it's about embracing what you can do and taking yourself and how much you can push yourself.
That's right. And how much commitment you can make to it. So you might be able to say, I can commit to eating well 5 days a week and working out 3 days a week and adding in 2 extra walks a week. But some people can't do that. I'm going to do just 3 workouts a week. Yeah. I probably can eat, 80% of the time, but I ain't going to be able to get 2 extra walks in because my life just doesn't allow for that. So their journey would be longer. Yeah. But again, if they can do those 3 consistently
and stick to it, because 6 months before that they were doing nothing.
That's right.
So whatever they do, however little they do consistently, they're going to see change. You will see change with small steps done repeatedly.
That's right.
What it's about. That's where big change comes in, with small steps repeatedly.
I was reading, I put myself forward for the London Marathon. It's one of the things that I've done. So, and one of the things I wanted is I was like looking at how the last time I ran a marathon, I did it in 2:17. I've done a previous one at 2:06, and now I'm like, right, I'd like to break the 2 hour mark. So I was looking at how you do that, and it literally says the only way that you can do that is by running more. Running more. So I've got to start now. So I've got to run more than I perhaps was doing before, and I've got to do less maybe in the gym stuff because I really want to break that 2 hour barrier.
And that's the only way you're going to do it.
That's the only way I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
It says literally the only way you can do that is by running more and running to a specific time.
Yeah, absolutely.
To try and achieve that.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And that's the same for whether you want to do 10 push-ups, whether you want to do whatever it is in the gym.
You just got to do more of it.
Absolutely. And that's the way to increase your confidence. You don't we're all born with confidence, but the way to get confidence is do something more.
Yeah.
You're not going to get confident if you don't do it.
No. That's right.
And that's the only way you can do it.
That's
That's the only way you can increase your confidence in anything.
Yeah, so like doing Strictly, things that I'm doing. I sound like I'm like, hey, I'm doing this. It's not. I just wanted to do things this year that pushed me a little bit that I don't normally do on a regular basis. So the Strictly, again, the more I dance, the more confident I'll get, and the more confident I'll feel when I get on that stage on the day. It's not about anything other than being more competent, feeling competent and confident.
Yeah.
Because if you don't feel competent doing something, you're not going to feel confident doing it.
Nope.
So the only way you're going to feel confident doing it is by, like you said, doing it more,
Absolutely.
more regularly,
Absolutely.
making mistakes, getting it right,
Yep.
practicing again, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And that's... We said about habits and consistency. I mean, one of the things, and you spoke about your comfort zone there, people always talk about stretching the comfort zone. Stepping out your comfort zone, should I say. Way I look at it is stretch your comfort zone so you're more comfortable doing more things. If you're stepping out your comfort zone and stepping back in, your comfort zone doesn't change.
No.
So what I say to people when I'm coaching is about stretching your comfort zone so you're more comfortable with a lot more things that you wasn't.
Yeah.
And you're more confident with things by stretching it. Not stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, stepping in.
No.
Because your comfort zone just stays the same.
Yeah.
So
that's
you
right.
want to stretch your comfort zone. And that, when you want to get healthier, when you want to become fitter, that's daunting. That's, if you've not done it before, it's a daunting process because you've got years of conditioning of patterns of behaviour and thought patterns and coping mechanisms that you've got to break.
Yeah.
You've really got to break them.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to do.
Yeah, so if you've been like, if you've not really been a gym goer, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm a couple of stone overweight.
Your body's going to say, what the hell are you doing to me?
Yeah. This doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't feel comfortable.
That leads me on to a couple of things.
Yeah, go on.
Strategies.
Yes.
Non-scale victories.
Oh, yeah.
I really like this one. Celebrate your progress beyond the number that's on the scales.
That's what we try to encourage.
Do you? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We always try to do measurements.
Yeah. How does clothes fit now?
Yeah. How am I
That's
sleeping?
a great measurement.
How am I sleeping?
Sleep's, that's your energy levels. There's so many factors to celebrate without standing on a set of scales.
That's right. I always say to the ladies, the scales tell us just a measure. They don't tell us about you as a person. All they do is they say, this tells you how much you weigh as a mass at one particular point at one particular day.
Absolutely.
It doesn't tell you, are you a good person, a bad person? Are you
great
happy?
Scales, they
would. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling unwell? It tells you nothing. It only gives us a guide to see if you can see because if you start to see a change, positive change, whatever that change is,
celebrate.
You
celebrate the hell out of it. If it's £1, celebrate it.
If it's 2 inches, celebrate it.
If you've not had a glass of Coke for 5 days, celebrate it. You've got to celebrate all these small wins that you're taking. And like you said about energy levels, if you're sleeping better, if you're not sleeping and you're going to the gym and you started sleeping for 6 hours a night, celebrate that fact. That's an amazing triumph that you have not had before.
No, that's right.
And your body and your mind and your heart need to celebrate these things, to build confidence, to know what I'm doing is a good thing, and it's providing a new way of life and a new way of being for myself.
Completely.
And you must celebrate that, absolutely. But don't use the scales to do it.
No.
Well, you can.
They're there as a guide.
Yes.
What you want is a downward trend. You want a trend. As a trend is what we're looking at. As a trend is what. The problem is in this country, it's all governed by. For a long, long time, it's getting better. It's getting better. We were governed by what we weighed.
Yeah.
It's a very. But it's the only way that we could what people.
That's instilled in everybody's minds. You know what I mean?
How much you weigh? I weigh this.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
How do you feel?
Yeah.
That's the greater measurement. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Are you happy?
feeling is more impactful than the actual.
Of course it is.
Like the number on the scale.
Somebody could be X amount on the scales.
Yeah, and feel like crap.
Yeah.
And then they could be
other person
and feel brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Same weight even.
Same weight.
Could be the same weight.
Same weight. Could be
Yep.
someone very very slight could weigh 9 stone and feel like absolute crap.
Yeah.
Somebody else could weigh 13 stone and be like, do you know what? I feel amazing.
So happy.
I feel amazing. I'm strong. I'm fit. I'm
Yeah,
running
yeah,
around. I'm doing this. Again, you have to, I would say, ladies, if you are, feeling is a very important part of any journey. It's the tangible outcomes or the things that you can see don't necessarily always equate to how you feel. And that's why we would recommend that you just sort of start to be more aware of how you feel.
Yeah, definitely. And that leads you nicely on to self-compassion. Be gentle on yourself. It's a journey. You're not going to get to where you want to straight away. No. And there's going to be
ups and downs.
Yeah, there's things that are going to go wrong. You are going to fall off the wagon. You are going to have a Kenta, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's
going to happen. But you've got to be able to say to yourself, okay, that was a bad day. Tomorrow, bad hour, bad 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But that's the point.
It's building the resilience, what you've said about before.
Very small. Really, you never have a day that from the moment you get up to the end of it is all. Oh, well. No, but again, that's what you're saying. Is that it's that negative
but that's
thought.
What I believed. That's what I believed.
That's right. You believed the milk. You got up.
Yeah.
You stubbed your toe. That means the day's going to start bad. Right. So the day's going to start bad.
Just carried on.
And it carried on. Everything that possibly.
It's not true. There's no truth to it.
No.
But they're the things that we have to switch off. Not switch off because they're going to be there. It's reframing it and just flicking that switch over.
Oh dear, rather than it being, I've only got a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and I'm going to... The milk's there. I can make 1 cup of tea and then I'll go to the shop and get that.
Absolutely.
Or, there's a Kit Kat, I've eaten it. It's 1 Kit Kat, not 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Celebrate that.
And celebrate the fact, okay, I only had 1.
Yeah.
Celebrate that. Yeah. It's okay.
It's okay. It's not going to... Nothing's...
You didn't go down the shop and buy another box of them.
And one of them is not going to make you fat.
No.
Or put on £3.
Absolutely not. So it's self-compassion. It's building that love for yourself. Having that.
Why do you think people, especially women, aren't very good at that?
I think, from a man's point of view, you get bombarded with how you should look, how you should feel.
Okay.
And I'd hate to be a woman. I really would, because I just think you have to align to a certain way of being, certain look, which is just nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just absolute nonsense. But we're fed that constantly.
And we've been fed it...
For a long time now.
A long time.
You should look a certain way.
So if you don't...
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You're not normal. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like... But there's a resurgence.
Do you not think men get that more now?
Yeah, I do.
do.
Absolutely. Man grooming, well, it's all coming... It's coming round.
I think it's become... as competitive. Competitive is the wrong word.
Yeah.
But it is like you have to look.
It's a market.
Of course it is.
There's money to be made in it, so they've switched it over to men now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Men used to give a monkeys about
no
hairspray and stuff like that, but now it's massive
grooming,
business.
male grooming.
It's huge business.
Yeah.
Look at you. Go along any street now. Look how many barbers are there.
Yeah. Designer clothes.
Yeah.
Got to look this way, wear these trainers.
Yeah, so there's so much pressure on women to be a certain way. As much as we don't want it, it's constant.
Yeah, it is.
It's constant.
I think it's much more so now.
But you've got to have practice. Be happy with you. Be happy with what you are, what you offer, and where you're going.
Do you like yourself? That's
a great question.
Do you like yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. It really is. It opens up a door.
Yeah, it does.
These are the questions people should ask themselves.
Yeah.
You know, why don't you like yourself? Okay, let's explore that.
Yeah.
Because it can be changed.
Yes. Yeah. Inside, most people are good people.
Of course they are.
And so actually...
Everybody's born good.
Yeah.
Apart from a few, but...
Yeah.
No names.
No, I was going to say, we know a few of them. But again, most people...
Of course, everybody's got a good heart.
Everybody's got a good heart.
Definitely.
Most people don't want to hurt.
Yeah.
So that should be the first point.
Conditioning, relationships, upbringings, everything else, patterns we learn, the limiting beliefs we put in place through what people show us, what people teach us. We believe we're not. We believe we're not good people.
Well, no, we're not as good as the image that's portrayed.
Yeah. From a women's point of view, yeah, absolutely.
I think for either party. I just think in general these days.
Yeah.
Everybody, there's almost like an image.
Yeah.
Whether you're
perfection.
Yeah.
Well, there's no such thing.
No.
There's no such thing.
And there's so much
You're
of it.
You're perfectly imperfect. Chris is perfectly imperfect. I'm perfectly imperfect.
That's
Everybody's
right.
perfectly imperfect. And you've got to embrace that. We've all got our foibles. We've all got our downfalls. We've all got our vices.
But that's what makes us.
Of course it is. Every part of that is a character.
Yeah, and has brought you along the journey to where you are now.
Yeah. And it's a great place to be where you are now.
Yeah, and that doesn't, and it shouldn't dictate how you move forward.
Don't let your past dictate your future.
That's right. And that's what you're saying about coaching. You said that therapy...
Absolutely. Kept me stuck.
Yeah.
Kept me stuck in my story of being this person. But I'm so much more than that. And everybody is so much more than their story. Because you can rewrite a new page every single day.
Yeah.
You can rewrite a new chapter. You can just get an eraser and rub it out and just start again.
I had a lady on the last podcast. She's also a life coach, and she was saying that journaling she thinks is a really
fantastic. I love journaling.
Really
game
good.
changer.
Yeah, I don't journal.
Don't you?
No.
It's a really powerful tool. It takes a little while to get used to it.
Yeah.
But I journal 3 times a day.
Do you?
Yeah. Every morning I get up. And I journal how.
Go on. So what if? So let's say because it's easy for women for somebody to start that process.
Yeah, it is and it isn't, because people look at a journal as a diary.
Okay.
What's happened in the day.
Yeah.
So what I do, my morning journaling, is how do I want to feel for the day ahead.
Okay.
So I'm dictating to myself, I'm going to feel this way today. This is going to happen today.
Okay.
So you start once that seed has started planted, you start taking action towards it. Okay. If you write down, I'm going to be miserable all day, what do you think would happen? You're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
I'm going to be happy and content. Pretty much, you'll be happy and content. Things will come along.
Yeah.
But you're more resilient to it.
Yes.
You're able to adapt to it. You're able to, whatever comes up, you can deal with it in an easier process.
Okay.
Because I've set the intention, I'm going to be all right today.
Okay.
Then at the end of the day, that's where the kind of diary work comes in. What happened to me today? How was I feeling? How did I react?
Okay. So start off your day
intentionally.
So I'm going to be positive.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to the gym today. I'm going to eat well.
So there, when you say going to the gym, at the end of the day, if you didn't get to the gym, why didn't you go to the gym? Look back. You can review it and say, well, this keeps happening. I need to change what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Why do I not keep going to the gym on Tuesdays? What's going on?
Yes.
Subconsciously, you're blocking yourself. You're self-sabotaging.
How do you get rid of those blockages?
By taking action.
Okay.
Taking action, it's the easiest thing. Because if you imagine what you would achieve if you did what you said you're going to do.
Yeah.
It's huge. That's one of the most powerful lines I've ever seen. Do what you say you're going to do. How many things do you miss out on because you don't?
Okay.
How many opportunities do you miss out on? How would your life be different if you did what you said you was going to do?
Yeah, that's a good phrase.
Be a game changer. And it was for me. When I saw that, I was like, bloody hell, that's so powerful.
Yeah.
That is, wow. If you did
everything that you said you were going to do.
You'd be it doesn't matter. You'd be in the best relationship. You'd have multi-million.
Yeah.
If you followed through with what you said you were going to do every time, where would you be? Where could you be?
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'd say to all the ladies out there. If you get up on a Sunday night, right, this is my plan for the week.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit the gym 3 times.
Yeah.
And just do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget the excuses and just do what you say you're going to do, and your life will change. Just from that one sentence.
Just every day.
That's
every day.
In the middle of my vision
I'm going
board.
to do this.
I see that
today.
every morning. I connect with that every morning.
That's a really good, powerful phrase.
Yeah, it is. Do what you say you're going to do, and you'll
do it.
You can't go wrong. And the more you do it, the more confident, guys.
Yeah.
The more it becomes more natural to do
things. Yeah.
Instead of, oh no.
Yeah, that's how I felt this year about the things that I wanted to do.
So two massive things.
Yeah,
Run
two
the
massive
marathon,
things. Yeah, strictly. I don't know if I'll get in the marathon, but again, I've said to myself, if I don't get into London, which I find out about in October, I'm going to do Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Because somebody said it's actually quite easy to get into.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay.
That energy's flowing. You still want to do something.
Yeah. I've put myself for a half marathon already.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because I thought, right, I need to take action towards. I don't want to be like, oh God, I've not done any training or anything like that. Yeah. There's something to work towards.
You've set yourself a target of, I want to get into 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that target, so you've put that out there to the universe. The universe is going to respond to you by this opportunity is here, half marathon. You need to do that.
Yeah.
There's the opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you do what you say you're going to do, you're going to get into 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's the same for anybody, know, out there. If you say you want to lose
3 stone.
Yeah.
No, don't even make it that big. A stone.
Yeah, but then commit to. So that's another thing.
Yes, commit.
That's another thing we will come up on is goals. I want to lose weight.
Yeah, it's
What's
not.
That?
Yeah, no,
Come
we
on.
hear that all the time.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get specific.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
Get specific on what you want to do. I want to run 400 metres. I want to lose X amount of weight.
By this date.
Make it smart. Do you know what I mean? And if you say you're going to do something in a year, you'll do it in a year.
Yeah.
If you say you'll do something in 6 months, you'll do it in 6 months in reality.
Yes.
If it's feasible.
Yes.
What's
your goal for this year?
To leave my full-time job.
Okay.
That's the aim. No, it's not an aim. It's going to happen. Because I'm doing everything I can to move that forward. I'm taking action. Every day I'm doing something to move forward with my coaching business. So, yeah, that's the aim for me this year. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward. I'm loving it. I'm here. And
all these things.
I'm grateful and thankful for you having me on, Alex. It's been
no.
absolutely fantastic.
So, what would be some tips then, or techniques that you could recommend to help build resilience and make that positive mindset?
I think we've touched on a few there.
Yeah.
Embracing body positivity.
Yeah.
Not being critical on yourself. Celebrate your wins. Your wins and set goals. Make them smart goals.
I've got a question then.
Yeah.
So, often women are critical of themselves because they've heard criticism, not necessarily directly at them, but like we were saying.
Does that come from partners and stuff like
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, or they look at themselves, compare themselves to what's the
magazine,
the ideal image.
Yeah.
I'm not good. I'm not this. I'm too fat. I'm too thick. I'm too thin. My hair's the wrong colour.
All those limiting beliefs that are coming up there. Yeah, okay. How do you knock them out of the park?
Yeah.
Reframe it.
Okay.
Prove it. Right. I'm not good. I'm not good enough. I'm not.
So
fit
teenagers
enough.
are a prime example.
Yeah.
Girls.
I can't do this. Prove it. Get some truth to that limiting belief.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough. Prove it. Prove that you're not good. Where's the truth in that? There's no truth to it. It's something that we've learned. It's something, this behaviour that we've taken on, wherever it's come from, like you said, from outside sources, school, parents, crap relationships. There's no truth.
No.
There's no truth to it.
Isn't.
My battles with my mental health, I believe certain things that I didn't deserve to be here, that I wasn't worthy.
Why do you think you had them then? Do you think...
Okay, so when I was 11, I had my first epileptic grand mal fit.
Okay.
Before that, I was fine and I was okay. After that, I turned into an arsehole.
Okay.
I really did. I went to school and I was awful. I was suspended 10 times and then I was expelled. It was just a horrendous time, and I'm convinced that changed my personality.
So have you got are you an epileptic?
No, the last fit I had was 4 years ago.
Okay. Still quite recent.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And that was the first one for 12 years. And that was COVID related. I had a jab and I had a fit. Yeah.
And they say there's not a problem with this.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's another podcast.
That's another podcast.
But that was the trigger for it.
Okay.
Yeah, which kind of threw me out a bit. I was like, wow, I ain't had one of them for a long time.
Okay.
So yeah, I was convinced that changed my personality.
So then you were in school and there was just negative behaviour from you, and then dealt with negative behaviour from the teachers.
Yeah.
So therefore you became...
Even worse.
Okay.
Yeah, even worse. Yeah, and it didn't get any better after that. 17, I slipped my wrists. Yeah. So that, going...
So at that point, were you feeling the most negative? Like, are you thinking to yourself...
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't... It's not the thing when
were you working or doing anything?
Yeah, no, I was working again. I was, just come out of school and I was on YTS. I was a HGV mechanic down at Seaberts, and I was working. But there was a point in time where something kicked in. I can't remember now, but there was a trigger, and it just sent me down this spiral. And the next thing I know, I'm in the back of an ambulance with my mum, and she's sobbing her eyes out. Why?
And you didn't...
I just wanted to die. Just wanted to die. But I read something once which kind of resonated with me, and it made a lot of sense. It's not that you want to die, you just want pain to stop.
Yeah.
And that's a massive difference. Because I love life.
Yeah.
You will not meet somebody who loves life more than me.
Yeah.
I love everything about this world. As crap as it is, there's so much beauty. There's so many good things.
There's so many good things
in this world. There's so many good people. I know there's a lot of bad stuff going on, but there's so...
Yeah, like you said, most people are good people.
They are, absolutely.
Most people are good people.
They've got good hearts. They'll do silly things.
That's right, and they make silly decisions.
Yeah.
But actually, in the heart of things, most people are good people.
Absolutely.
And so actually, there is either a circumstance of their environment or a behaviour, but most people... the world is a good place, really.
It is.
There's lots of negativity around, and there's lots of bad things that happen.
And you can allow that to come in.
Of course you can.
You can let it creep in. And I think it's harder now because we're all blitzed with social media. Do you know what I mean? And it's there constantly. And especially when you're flicking, you see all these images. We focus on on a page on social media for like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
And it's crazy. We're looking for a dopamine hit.
Totally.
We're looking for a dopamine hit.
Something can be a minute long and you can be done within 10 seconds of it. You're like, this not got me.
Yeah.
It's not interested me. Move on.
That's crazy.
That is.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
That people are getting dopamine hit constantly, but they're not.
No.
And it's not a natural dopamine hit.
Okay.
It's false.
Yeah. Yeah, come to the gym, you get a proper
absolutely.
one.
Have a proper dopamine hit.
Yeah, work out 45 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's worrying for children, teenagers.
Different generation now.
Completely. Even meeting people is very different.
It is, when you go for a coffee, when you go for everybody's...
Yeah.
Put your phone on the table.
But for teenagers, meeting...
Yeah, no.
Other kids.
Yeah.
Or, everything's on screen and, you're not... hanging down the park or whatever and things like that, what we were doing. And
meeting under the clock at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Calling a, what's it called? Like a payphone. Right, meet here, and then you're just hanging around. Do you remember phone cards? Do you remember the phone cards? You used to have like a £10 phone card.
Yeah.
And reverse charge it, all of that sort of stuff. But I think it's hard for, to build resilience. And for my teenage daughter, she's 14, 15, sorry, George. She can be very negative about her beauty. She's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
5'7", gorgeous, long hair, beautiful. Yeah. I'm not this way. I'm not that way. I'm not that way. No, because you're you.
Yeah.
And I want her to
embrace that.
Yeah. She's quite good, but I can see some of her other friends can be...
And that's peer pressure.
Yeah,
it's
huge.
I'm
not this and you're more pretty than me and you're...
Yeah.
we've all been there.
Of course.
But I think it's
amplified.
Oh, amplified.
Now, this day and age, it's amplified. And for children, it is harder, but we've just got to keep creating those positive environments, positive reinforcement.
But again, how as a parent, it's digressing a bit, but here, if you're struggling yourself, how do you create that?
I think you've got to do the work on yourself first, because if you don't do the work on yourself first, it won't be authentic.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody to believe in themselves if you don't believe in you.
So you did a video about this on your Facebook page.
I did, yeah.
Talk about inauthenticity then.
I think at the moment, we spoke about social media, and I think there is so much inauthenticity about. I see it with other coaches who they're not their authentic self, and I think it's such a shame. But social media amplifies it all. We said it before. We should be a certain way. Yeah. And people pretend to be something that they're not. But there's a lot of things that that brings up people pleasing. That's it's a massive sign of being inauthentic, because you're not being your authentic self. You don't have no boundaries.
Okay.
You have no boundaries with people. You just, okay, I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll make you happy.
I hadn't thought about people pleasing being inauthentic.
I'll make you happy. I'll make you happy. You're trying to please yourself with a dopamine hit. I'm making me happy by making you happy. But you're people pleasing.
Okay.
Put some boundaries in place. It's okay to say no.
Women, it is okay
to say no. Absolutely.
It is okay
to say needed. No. It's needed for your growth. And
again, that is one that saying no is one I find quite hard. Only because I get carried away. Oh, yes, I want to do that. And then I go, I don't really want to do that.
But that's okay. That's okay, because you've got to take a reality check. You make a decision based on what you know, the knowledge that you've got on a certain situation. And the only way you can do that is by gathering knowledge. So it's okay to say yes to something, but then reflect, review.
And change your mind.
No, that's not for me. That's okay.
Yeah, see, again, changing the mind, that's the one I probably struggle with, because I go, I've got to let them down now.
That's okay.
That is okay, but how do you make that okay with yourself? How do you say, I can't feel guilty if I let somebody down?
How are you letting them down?
Because I said no now, and they wanted me there.
Okay, flip it over. So you open it up to somebody else saying yes.
Yeah, true.
Somebody else has got an opportunity.
I just say no now and just say, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I go, okay, I can do that now.
Yeah, don't do maybes. That's the worst
No, maybes are awful.
Maybe is the
awful.
worst
My brother is a maybe.
My dad used to say, we'll see.
Yes! That is exactly what my brother says.
Oh, my days. It's the worst thing.
Yes, because it means it doesn't mean either.
Give me a yes or give me a no. It leaves people in limbo land.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about inauthenticity. Is unable to make decisions.
Yeah, okay.
They struggle to make decisions. People who are inauthentic, they're not showing their authentic self. They're not being true to their values and their core.
So, ladies, listen. Be true to your core.
Absolutely. Your values and your principles and
understand
your morals.
What your values are. Yes. That is super important.
Absolutely.
What are your values in this world?
It's a difficult one because not a lot of people explore it.
No, that's right.
They don't know what's important to them.
Yeah, that's right.
They really don't. See, mine.
So go on. Yeah. We did it at work.
Security, love, compassion, truth, and honesty.
Okay. We did a business one, so it was a bit different. So, ambition. Family.
Yep.
Health. My husband's was health first, and then I can't remember what his other two were. But for him, his health is because he's only health experience. That for him being,
of course, he's driver, massive driver.
He won't do things because of his health.
Yeah.
That is that he was happy to make really hard decisions because of his health. It can cause quite a lot of conflict, but it's what he chooses. He knows he has to do that for himself because he values it so much.
And that when you know your values, connecting them to your why is super easy.
It's easy.
Super, and it gives you the strength there.
Yeah. So ladies, think about what your top 3 values in this world are.
I've got a few exercises if you want me to share on your...
Yeah, that would be great. Send me. Have you got the links?
I'll send
them. We'll put them on the podcast, on the blurb at the bottom.
Yeah, no
so
problem.
that would be great.
I'll send them over to you.
I think understanding your
Brilliant.
values is a really
Powerful tool.
powerful.
Powerful.
I saw it just recently that somebody was talking about most people don't actually understand what their core values are. And actually, if you can understand what your core values are, it makes things like making decisions much easier, which then make you more confident to be able and more resilient with regards to those other things that you either do want to do or don't want to do.
Definitely.
Don't want to do.
Yeah, once you align with your values, you'll be more confident. You'll be authentic.
I think you're right there. So, Karl, thank you very much for being on the podcast today. It's been absolutely brilliant.
I've got a little workbook that I'll send to you if you want me to attach it to it.
That'd be brilliant.
About mindset and building resilience.
So if people are interested in maybe working with you, how do they get in touch with you?
You can go on my Facebook page. That's Karl Olson Coaching.
We'll put the link on there as well. That'd be great.
You can contact me on there. I'll give you the number. You've got the number. And you can go on my personal page as well and see loads of videos of me and my dog.
Oh, is that your best friend?
Yeah, I've got a...
What sort of dog you got?
She's a rehome. I got her a month and a half ago.
Oh!
She's 2 years old. She's a blue staffy American Bulldog, Cane Corso cross.
Oh my goodness.
She's so beautiful.
Oh.
She's so beautiful. She's had a bit of a rough life to start with. She's 2 years old and she's not been good, so she's just settling into it.
So you're making her confident?
Yes, yeah.
There you go.
She came across to me at the most perfect time. We found each other and
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
We've got two crazy dogs. So, we've got one lovely, beautiful princess dog who just walks around the house as if she is the princess, and then I've got Jack, who is totally crackers. Basically, it's just
what dogs are they?
So, Daisy is a Manetto Podenco, which is a Spanish hunting dog.
Yeah.
Quite small, and Jack, have no idea. He's just a bit of a cross of everything,
bit of everything,
and
he's a character.
You would think he would rip your leg off by what it sounds, but he's the most anxious, freaked out little dog. It's just no. But no, they're great. So again, brilliant to have dogs in the house. It's lovely. But thank you, Karl.
No,
and ladies, if you're interested in working with Karl, I'll put all the blurb on there. Have a listen to us today. And obviously, thank you once again, Karl.
Thank you for having me. Much love to you all, ladies. Keep doing what you're doing. Do what you can when you can.
Brilliant.
And just keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Be consistent.
Thanks.